Yo, what's good? Welcome to another episode of Walt equal Jewel. I'll be your host today on this journey. SAB, the powerologist. And what is Walt equal Jewel? In physics, power is the amount of energy transferred or converted per unit time. In the international system of units, the unit of power is the watt, equal to 1 joule per second. The League of the Titles and Synopses for 9 out of 10 episodes for the final season of Power Book 2 Ghosts have been out for a few days, and today, in this video, we're going to go over the first 5 titles, each synopsis, with a prediction on what's going to happen on that episode. Before we start, after looking over everything, it looks like the 2-part season for the final season is going to be 5 episodes each, with a 9-week break in between part 1 and part 2. In the previous video, I said both parts would be 10 episodes, but after looking at the titles and these synopsises, it's going to be 5 episodes each, and yeah, that's kind of...
Wiggin' whack!
Stars. We couldn't get a few more episodes? At least 5? Or at least 2? You gonna give us the flat 10 episodes? And then break them into 2 parts? Also, it looks like each title is coming from a line that one of the characters are saying in that episode. Episode 1, I Don't Die Easy. The planned air date is June 7th, written by Michael C. Martin, directed by Brendan Walsh. Tariq and Brayden must find a way to secure their own safety as Noma and the Tejadas race to take them out. Monet fights for her life and for another chance to do right by her children. On this episode, Tariq and Brayden, they're on the run. They're trying to get away from Noma's crew, the Tejada kids, and Iffy. Remember, thanks to Obi giving Brayden that heads up, he was able to save Tariq from being shot from Kane. With everybody knowing where Tariq and Brayden stay at and where they be at, it's going to be hard for them to find somewhere to hide. But I think one of them will have a spot that no one knows about where they can chill for a bit until things start to cool down. I feel like on this first episode, it's going to have a lot of action. And that's only due to everybody coming for Tariq and Brayden, and with Tariq and Brayden protecting themselves. We already know about Monet. We already know that she's going to survive because we've seen her in the trailer for season 4. And the title and the line, I Don't Die Easy, it could play for Tariq and Monet. For Tariq, we know he's not going to die in this first episode, but he may get real close to it. But I feel like this line is coming from Monet because we know she got hit with a few shots from Tasha, but we know she's going to survive. And I feel like these are her lines. I don't die easy. Alright, next, we got episode 2, To Thine Own Self. Planned to air on June the 14th. Written by Sarah Rose Feinberg and directed by Jonah Oliver. Tariq and Brayden struggle to adjust to life as normal college students. Detective Carter sets his sights on Tariq and company. Monet wants back in the game. Noma seeks out an opportunity with the Russians. To Thine Own Self is very similar to Thine Own Self Be True, which is a line from William Shakespeare's Hamlet in Act 1, Scene 3. The king's advisor, Polonius, he says this to his son. The quote means that one should be true to their principles and who they are. They should not strive to please other people, by changing what they believe in or acting in any way that is outside of what they really want. Now, Shakespeare, he used this to show how Polonius is like a hypocritical type of person. He gives his son this advice, but he doesn't follow his own advice. He spies on Hamlet, lies, conceals himself, eavesdrops, and more. The eavesdropping is what mainly gets him killed. Tyreek and Brayden have somehow cooled things down at the end of episode 1, and I feel like some time has gone by between episode 1 and episode 2. Monet is now more recovered from Tasha shooting her, and with no connect, Tyreek and Brayden are just living lives as regular college students, and they probably just can't go back to not having some real money coming in. Whatever money they had stashed up is probably getting low, and I don't think they were prepared for this transition. Monet is feeling better, moving better, and she's also not cool with not having some real money coming in. Or it's probably just the hustler spirit of her just moving drugs, just like Rock, Kanan's mom from Raising Kanan. Basically, Tyreek, Brayden, and Monet are not ready to leave the game just yet. We will get introduced to Detective Carter, and we will see what his first moves are on Tyreek and the Tejadas. It looks like he has already been put on from the other detectives about Tyreek and the Tejadas. I believe this episode is more about Noma. Noma's deal with the Russians could be about the illegal arms operation she runs overseas. Remember, back in season 3, episode 5, when everyone was in Milan, Tyreek helped Noma eliminate one of her biggest arms competitor, Francesco Lombardi, and took over his business. This deal with the Russians could be expanding that business. Now, Noma, she lives a double life like Ghost, and it has not been clarified what her legal business or businesses are, but her daughter, Anya, does not know that her mom is really a drug lord / arms dealer. And Noma could be teaching her daughter to live a positive life, while Noma life is really violent and ruthless. And the title and the line is coming from Noma while she's speaking to her daughter, Anya. Just like Polonius speaking to his son, to thy own self be true. Alright, the next episode, episode 3, Birthright. Planned to air June 21st. Written by Ladarian Smith. Directed by Ben Seminoff. Tyreek and Brayden must find an end with a vicious new clique. Monet digs into who shot her, realizing her kids might not be being honest with her. Noma tasks Kane with handling a competitor's operating on her turf. Birthright means a right, privilege, or possession to which a person is entitled by birth. In the Bible, birthright means the right of the son born first in a family to inherit his father's possessions and authority. In ancient Israel, all the sons receive some of the father's property, but the firstborn receives a larger portion and is the new leader of the family. Tyreek and Brayden find a new connect, but they have to complete a mission for them to prove themselves, which is why we probably have that intense meetup shot in the trailer for season 4, and then later we see them throwing money on the table. Monet is starting to put the pieces together on who shot her, and while questioning the kids, there's something that doesn't add up. Even though Drew and Diana did put something together, we know Tasha came through first, seconds before Tariq was able to complete the original plan. Kane is going on his first solo mission for Noma to get in better with her. With Kane being the oldest son of Lorenzo, I'm predicting that this title is Kane's line, and he's not wanting Monet to run the drug business anymore. He wants to run it and be the new leader of the family, which is not new. Next up, we got episode 4, The Reckoning. Planned to air June 28th. Written by Jamila Daniel. Directed by Monica Raymond. Drew and Diana are on the run. Tariq and Monet are on the hunt. Monet must decide between the path to revenge and the path to forgiveness. Noma enlists Kane's help in making an ally of a powerful player. Reckoning means a person's view, opinion, or judgment. Then we have the phrase day of reckoning, which means a day or time in the future when people will be forced to deal with an unpleasant situation which they have avoided until now. In the Bible, in the New Testament, the day of reckoning means day at the end of time, following Armageddon, when God will decree the fates of all individual humans according to good and evil of their earthly lives. Monet has confronted Tariq, and Tariq told Monet the truth. Well, probably 90% of the truth. I feel like he told her it was Drew's and Diana's idea, but he didn't go through with it, and they got somebody else to shoot since he wasn't down. Drew and Diana, knowing Tariq didn't shoot either, but knowing Diana did tell him the plan. Now, Tariq and Monet join forces because Drew and Diana try to get rid of both of them, which will be the reckoning for Drew and Diana's lives. I feel like something will make Monet calm down to convince Tariq to not want to get back at Drew and Diana. Kane continues to get in better with Noma by going on another mission, and this is where we probably get that Fight Club scene we saw in the trailer for season 4 with Kane. Alright, next up, we got episode 5, Ego Death. Planned to air July the 5th. Written by Lacey Herbert. Directed by Baton Silva. Tariq is sent on a journey of self-discovery that gives him clarity on what his path moving forward must be. As Monet fights to keep her family together, Detective Carter and his task force move in on the Tejadas. Ego death means an experience where you lose your sense of self, cultivating a deep sense of awareness. As it gets deeper in meditative or psychedelic state, a person will feel becoming one with everyone and everything around them. It's triggered by near-death experiences, psychedelic drugs or substance, or spiritual practice. Following on what has happened in episode 4, I think it got Tariq thinking more on himself and his family, which puts him on a journey of self-discovery. Now we know Tariq has had a lot of near-death experiences, and we know he's been drinking on that lean before too. But I feel like he meets someone to help him get more connected with his spiritual side. And whomever this person is, they're going to let him know he has went through an ego death. Once he gets his clarity on everything. Monet, after that crazy family situation in episode 4, is now focusing on the family. But at the same time, Detective Carter and the task force have got more information and some type of proof on the Tejadas to start building a real case against them. Alright, y'all. Now those are the first 5 titles and synopsises for Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4, the final season. Now stay tuned, because up next, we got the next episodes, 6 through 9, titles and synopsises. Also, we're going to predict what episode 10 is going to be about as well. So stay tuned, but that's what's coming up next. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like and share. If you enjoy the channel, make sure you subscribe. Also, in the comments, I want you guys to leave me your thoughts, your theories, and your predictions for the first 5 titles and synopsises for Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4, the final season. Once again, this is your boy, SAB, the Powerologist. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Easy.